Well, hello, and thanks for tuning in to Roof Connections, a show dedicated to discussing facility maintenance topics for anyone who works in the industry or just has an interest in facility maintenance. My name's David, and I'll be your host. Today, I am joined by Joe DiSantos from RoofConnect. He is their Director of Solar Services. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? You're up in Massachusetts, correct?
Yes, I am. A little crazy right now with this pandemic going on, but we're dealing with it.
Yeah, that's about how everybody is. It seems. Hopefully, they're starting to say we might be getting past or flattening the curve out a little bit, so we might see some ease up in restrictions. But we've got to keep in mind we've got to do what we need to keep everybody safe and healthy, and keep the spread of the COVID virus from spreading even further than it already has, or to people it hadn't spread to yet. So
exactly.
I know we've been taking our contractors been taking precautions. They wear PPE, gloves, masks. They have to sanitize equipment before and after they use it. They're limiting one person per truck. So they're in, but we're still getting the work done.
David, it's interesting. I'm seeing some markets are still very busy in the commercial solar side of things, and others have basically shut down completely. It really depends on the market and the how the governor is managing that shutdown, so to speak.
Yeah, it seems to vary just state to state.
Exactly.
They've talked about plans here in Texas of trying to get some businesses opened up sometime next month, but it ties into testing and just making sure it's a safe environment for everybody to come back to work in. So
we can only hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, I invited Joe on the podcast today, not to talk about coronavirus, but to talk about solar services through RoofConnect. So, Joe, you've had a long career in the roofing industry with a special focus in recent years on commercial rooftop solar applications. Will you tell the audience about your background in the industry?
Sure, David. Thanks. I cut my teeth basically in 1986. When I started working for Olympic Fasteners. They've since changed their names to OMG Roofing Products. Basically, they're involved in the commercial roofing industry, and they manufacture fasteners and fastening systems that are used to hold down commercial roofs. Mm-hmm. It's about 9 years ago, OMG introduced an attachment, a roof attachment that we wanted to market. I started trying to sell it and quickly realized that this attachment would work fantastic for the solar industry. So I think OMG's product really changed the way I looked at solar, David, and it gave us the opportunity to get involved in solar commercial rooftop opportunities. So I learned a lot with OMG and then left OMG because the same thing I heard every day from the solar installers was the need for good commercial roofer on a nationwide basis. So that's what we're doing now.
Okay. And are you referring to the Power Grip? Is that when
Power Grip, and yes, they created a few different attachments, the Power Grip Plus, and then the universal attachment. And since then, they've changed that and added another one, which is pretty exciting too.
Oh, that's great. I had an opportunity last year with the Roofing Technology Think Tank Group to go tour their facility, and it was a very impressive facility there. They had up in, I just went blank on where it actually was.
Agawam, Massachusetts.
That's it.
OMG is the largest manufacturer of commercial roofing fasteners in the world. When I started there in 1986, it was a pretty small, privately owned company. We had a lot of fun calling on roofing contractors, learning the industry, working with different roof manufacturers, understanding what their needs were, and finding a way to make mechanically attached insulation and roofing the thing of the future.
Yeah. And it's you can tell, I mean, just the how much solar has blown up, like that market is probably doubled in the last 5 years.
Absolutely.
So on that topic, solar is becoming more and more common, especially on commercial rooftops, and the market for solar is only getting stronger. Can you speak on why this is happening?
Yeah, I think really, David, the reasons are pretty simple. Solar is a very inexpensive way to get you energy. Mm-hmm. We know that there's a lot of carbon challenges. There's a lot of climate change concerns. Yeah. People are thinking about how they can do their part in helping the world in pollution. So clean energy is really a good way. David, one of the main reasons for adding solar to commercial rooftops is for the landscape. Obviously, there's a nice area, wide open space that we can add solar. Along with ground mounts, it's helping businesses and homeowners reduce their electricity costs and be part of the dynamic future of solar energy.
Oh, that's great. When it comes to solar installation, what are some of the biggest challenges for installers, and why is it important to use a qualified contractor to do the installation?
Well, that's a great question, David. And a lot of people don't understand when they're dealing with a commercial rooftop, the warranty is what it's all about. There's a unique warranty given to a commercial building. It's a lot different than a residential home. These warranties really protect that building in the interior of that building. If a solar installer was to go up and just start putting solar up there, that roof warranty would be null and void. And that building owner would take on a lot of responsibility. So instead of that, having a certified professional roofing company go up on that job prior to doing the install, inspecting the roof, the condition of the roof, making the repairs. David, let's face it, these solar systems are built to last 20 to 30 plus years. You want to make sure that you're putting that on a roof surface that's going to last the length of that solar system.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It really makes a difference. So we want to make sure that that roof is solar ready, and having a good certified commercial roofing contractor to go up there and inspect it, make those repairs is critical for the long life of that system.
Oh, for sure. How much, say somebody didn't, they don't want to worry about replacing their roof right now. They get that solar installed, not realizing it may cost them $100,000 or more to take that solar off if they ever have to replace that roof.
We're seeing that. As a matter of fact, some of the challenges from the early installs are coming around now. The roof was maybe 10 years old. The system has been up there for 10 years. You're talking about a 20-year-old roof, but the solar system is in good shape. There are some unique companies that decommission solar systems, take them off. The challenge with that, David, is though the electrical, the connections, things will need to be replaced. So sometimes it's more economical to fully replace the solar system, but really the best bet is to do that roofing system first. Make sure that you have a quality roof on that building, and it's going to last the 20, 25 years of that solar system.
Yeah, the roof is truly your foundation of anything you're putting up there. You've got to have a good foundation first.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, how can working with a contractor like RoofConnect help a qualified local contractor in a scenario like this? Say they have a customer who's interested in solar.
Sure. Well, one of the things that I run into quite often is when I talk to the installers is that they've dealt with this roofer over here, and they're approved to do that roof system that they're on today. But tomorrow they find a different roof system, and that same roofer may not be approved to do the work on that type of system. The benefit of dealing with a national company like RoofConnect, we are nationwide. We're approved by all the major roof system manufacturers. So whether it's a Manville roof or Carlisle roof or a GAF roof, doesn't matter the roof system, we're going to be able to maintain that warranty for the client, which is the most critical part of the job.
Yeah. So Joe, while RoofConnect's up on that roof installing the solar, what other things can they do for the customer?
Well, first off, we don't necessarily install the solar for the clients.
Yeah, let me rephrase that because I
love that. I love that.
Okay.
The reason that we're involved is to maintain that roof warranty. We're going to do the inspection prior to them putting solar. We're going to make sure that any repairs that are required are completed so that that roof is solar ready. On top of that, David, we also supply materials that are required up on that job. There may be attachments required, those mechanical attachments that OMG sells, U-Anchor also sells. There's a few different attachments. We can install them for them. We can supply those attachments. And, David, there's also another material people may be not aware of. It's called a slip sheet. So these racking systems that hold the panels in place are made of metal, of aluminum, different materials, sometimes plastics. But you want to separate that from the roof system, meaning you don't want to have that metal racking system sitting directly on the existing roof system.
Yeah, because you could wear a hole in it, right?
Exactly. Any kind of movement and contraction of that building. So we also manufacture and supply a slip sheet manufactured out of the same material that the roof is. And we can supply that along with ballast blocks. So we really want to make this as easy for the solar installer as possible. We supply the materials and products that he will need, and we also supply the roofing services that they will definitely need.
No, that's great. And they can actually go through the website to order those materials, right?
Exactly. We've got a great website set up that details, the solar services. And first things first, you start off with a roof inspection. Once the roof inspection is done, you can go to repairs if any are needed. And then we start talking about supply and how that supply is going to get installed for you. Because not only do we supply the attachments and the slip sheets, in some cases, they need to be installed by a certified roofer, and we're available to help.
Okay. So short of pretty much everything except for installing the panels themselves and the wiring, we can handle everything else just about.
Exactly. And on that subject, David, we are starting to help the installers to do some of that assembly.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's an erector set, if you will. The racking system needs to be put together in pieces built up on that roof. We're looking at assembling some of those to help our clients with labor challenges. We've got a great labor team, and we're ready to help install some of those.
That's great. Was there anything else you wanted to, anything else you wanted to say, or any other points that you wanted to make before we end this thing?
Well, David, I appreciate the opportunity to talk solar and commercial rooftop solar, especially. It's a unique challenge right now. One of the things that we've found is that solar installers typically and historically haven't worked closely with roofing contractors. It means an extra expense to them.
Yep.
And let's face it, everyone wants to reduce costs and increase profits. But the challenge here is if they do that, they could affect that building owner's roof warranty, and that could cause long-term problems. So we really feel as though it's a great opportunity for our installers to work with a company like RoofConnect, where we are on a national basis. Whether you're in Miami, Florida, or Walla Walla, Washington, David, we have a professional team of technicians that's readily available to get out and help you on your job. Oh, so David, I forgot to mention, if anybody would be interested in going to our website, seeing the products and services that we offer, it's www.roofconnect.com, and then just click on the solar services. It'll bring you right to our pages.
Okay, that's great. And they can order directly from that page, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, that's fantastic. Well, thanks again for joining me this morning, Joe.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, and that's going to wrap up the show for this week, guys. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear discussed on future episodes, just shoot us an email at roofconnections@roofconnect.com. That's roofconnections@roofconnect.com. Also, if you like today's show, please take a moment to give us a like and review on iTunes or Spotify. Or share it on social media. Every little bit, helps, because this is a new podcast. So also, if you're listening to this podcast, I want to let you know that we do record these episodes on camera, and we post them to our YouTube channel. You can just go to YouTube and search for Roof Connections Podcast, and it'll come right up. So for today, I guess we're it for Joe. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you.